It is with great pleasure tonight we present a gentleman who records the Rolling Stone Atlantic Records. Current album is Bush Doctor. For the first time ever live on WRIR-FM, would you please give a warm welcome to Peter Tosh.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to or back to Ryder's Record Collection. My name is Carl. It has been a hot minute since I put up a video, so for that I apologize. A couple big things happened in the life here. I'm a homeowner now, so that was a little bit of a stressful couple weeks there and just big events at work. But I was able to celebrate Record Store Day this year, the 2 drops they had, and I am swimming in quality reggae music, just absolutely swimming in it. So this is going to be a recent arrivals, but this is going to be a strictly just reggae finds recent arrivals. I've got a good little stack here I'll walk you guys through. I think it's about 5 or 6 albums, but just Record Store Day this year, there were a lot of things that people didn't talk about, and some of these really quality reggae pressings I don't think got enough attention. So I'm digging them. I'm going to share them with you, and hopefully if they're still at your local record store or you're interested in any of them, you can find them on Discogs or wherever it might be. But without any further ado, the first pickup is not a Record Store Day release. This was a Newberry Comics exclusive that I got. This is Peter Tosh live at my father's place. This is a 1978 concert. Ooh, that glares pretty bad. Let me see if I can't fix that. All right, that's a little bit better. This is a 1978 concert recorded in Long Island, New York. If you're unfamiliar with who Peter Tosh was one of the founding members of the Wailing Wailers, which later became the Wailers, which subsequently, after splitting up and having some of the original members leave, became Bob Marley and the Wailers. Peter Tosh was one of the individuals who left the Wailers and went on to pursue solo music. He is actually the only artist on Rolling Stone Records record label to not be on the Rolling Stones. So this is just a quality live reggae album. Again, 1978. What I really like about Peter Tosh is his guitar tones are much more crunchy and rock oriented. They're not as island soaked, chilled out as Bob Marley and your typical reggae. This will blow you away. This, like I said, Newberry Comics exclusive repress, originally released in 2014, repressed on by Rockbeat Records in collaboration with Newberry Comics. And this is a limited edition green and clear vinyl, and the vinyl looks awesome, so I'll show that to you right now. This pressing of this album is just absolutely superb. Sound quality-wise, I can't complain at all. One problem I did have when I got it was the center hole was a little small, but widen that up a little bit, and bam. Killer, absolutely killer record. Looks great on the turntable. And at the time of filming this, this is still available on the Newberry Comics website, so I will leave a link to it. If you can't find it there, check out Discogs, but absolutely stellar pressing of this. Really glad to have it. So the first reggae album of this recent arrivals, and now we'll get into some of the Record Store Day releases that I got. So this next album is an album that nobody mentioned on any of their Record Store Day lists or anything like that. This is an album that I knew about having read through the list, being a big fan of reggae. Particularly this artist. This is Jimmy Cliff, Follow My Mind. This was released right after he did the Harder They Come movie and soundtrack, which I've talked at length about how great of a reggae album this is on this channel. This is the follow-up, released originally in 1976, January 1976. This is the 2022 Record Store Day repress of it. Just quality, strong reggae music. The pressing sounds fantastic. This is on a purple vinyl. I think it's more red than it is purple. This is something that I need to clean and put in a nice staticky sleeve. But with the Law label on there, it looks very pretty, very aesthetic. Again, let me know what you think, if it's purple or red. But if you haven't checked this one out, just a good quality 70s reggae album. And Jimmy Cliff was good in the sense that he wanted to be like nationally and internationally recognized, but his voice is just so soulful, and he's got a much more polished reggae sound than, say, your Bob Marley or your Hemp Tones or your Peter Tosh. Just he sounds like a reggae artist that, instead of coming from Jamaica, would have come from the UK or something like that, because the UK in the 70s and early 80s was a big hotbed for reggae too. The Clash, the Sex Pistols, they were all going to reggae concerts. But again, 1976. Jimmy Cliff, Follow My Mind, absolutely fantastic pressing, sound-wise, great. So please check that out if you're at all interested in a little more reggae in your collection. So This one I kind of didn't really know about. The compilation albums for Record Store Day, I don't really do a lot of research on. I sort of just go and see if they look cool. This thing looked pretty cool. This is the Soul Jazz Records Studio One Classics, and this is a double LP, just compilation album with a whole slew of reggae artists. You got the Wailers, the Scottalites, the Hemptones, Johnny Osborne, just all sorts of good stuff. Just absolutely fantastic dub reggae. My one flaw with this album is that some of the tracks are a little flat, but at the same time, these are all recorded in the early to mid 60s on an island in Jamaica with a bunch of just grungy beat up equipment. I'm sure they're ripping off American rock and roll and put their own twang on it, and it is phenomenal. This, I didn't really know a lot about it. I didn't really know anything about it, to be honest with you, but I guess this is a repress of a 2002 record that they put out for Record Store Day. That was long before I got into collecting records, but repackage of this album. As you can see, the beautiful purple. They did a good job pressing this on a very, very, very nice purple vinyl with a center label that really matches the album art really, really well. This thing sounds so fantastic. It sounds great on the turntable with the exception of those couple of flat songs, but what can you do? So this is something, I don't know how many songs are on this. I think there's something like 20 or 21 songs overall on these two LPs, and it's just absolutely fantastic, killer quality reggae. So the Soul Jazz Records Studio One Classics, highly recommended. As you can see, you got Bob Marley and the Wailers on the cover from that album Burnin' that they did. I will go grab that and I'll show you guys that to see the similarities there. All right, and then back. See, like I said, you got Bob Marley and the Wailers there, ripped off of the cover of Burnin', which is right here. So seeing the similarity of those, that's what actually got me to look at this. Like I said, going on the website, you can't really tell a lot about the various artist compilations based on the title, and I don't really feel like reading the track listing, but this definitely sucked me in. So if you're a fan of just good old compilations of reggae, check this out. Actually, most of the compilations in my collection are reggae compilations. I think it's a good way to get a good broad splatter of just phenomenal reggae music and then go into different albums from there. So highly recommend this. Fantastic on this purple vinyl. Great all-around reggae album. The one from this list that I think everyone should at least check out and stream once. Fantastic. Great reggae music. And we're at the halfway point, and I found in the last couple months that I've really dove into Peter Tosh. Buying that Newberry Comics pressing of this really kind of got me to reinvest in my Peter Tosh records that I have. I got 4 of them. Now 6 based upon the last 2 that I got, but that really got me back into it. His sound is just very different for reggae, and then this was another Record Store Day release. This is Peter Tosh, complete captured live. This is a 1983 concert at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles where he is just absolutely on fire. The intro here is just, what a way to lure yourself into a concert, to really get into the music. Such a great opener for the album. This is another Record Store Day release, and I'm really getting into Peter Tosh right now. I really like his sound. I've been sleeping on him, even though I've got some of him in my collection, but they absolutely blown away by this pressing. The Record Store Day far outdid themselves with this one, and just the whole package in general. You've got side 1 and side 2, no, side 3 and side 4 are on this beautiful orange vinyl, which matches the font on the cover, and then side 1 and side 2 are on this beautiful green that matches the cover as well. And just even with the interior sleeves, just full on stock hard, nice, good quality interior, some pictures of the band from the concerts and whatnot. But again, an hour-and-a-half long concert of Peter Tosh, recorded in 1983. The first time they released it was 2002, I believe, maybe 2004. But this is the first time this is the first time that you've been able to get a vinyl copy since its original release, and they did not drop the ball on this. The sound quality is fantastic. The quality of the pressing, the marbling of the vinyl is just superb. I am blown away by this pressing. So if you are at all interested in Peter Tosh, then definitely Peter Tosh captured live, completely live. It's just mind-blowingly good reggae. You can really feel like you're in the same room dancing around to some reggae music in 1983 when reggae was just all over the world. And I do want to take a quick moment. I know reggae is not for everyone, and I know that if you're still watching this, you're probably a big fan of reggae, but growing up in South Florida and spending time on boats and at the beach and living the very blessed life that I've lived, reggae has been very strongly incorporated into it. And it's definitely a vibe, and it's not for everyone. But I sort of feel like reggae is in the same vein as jazz, where if you're into reggae, you're into reggae and you love discovering that stuff. Because when you hear reggae for the first time, a good new reggae album or artist, and it hits. And I got a feeling that all the jazz heads here on YouTube feel the same way. So that's why I'm so ecstatic about this pumped up list that I got here for recent arrivals, just really building out the reggae collection. It's a lot of fun. So next one is another Record Store Day release. And this is coming from the same era as Bob Marley getting famous. This is the early 80s, I believe, originally released in 80, maybe 81, but this is the Wailing Souls Fire Hose Rock. This is just a standard black pressing, repressed. It used to be on the Green Sleeves label. Now it's pressed on the Jaw Guidance label. This sounds really good. I will say that the first copy of this I got out of the shrink wrap from my local record store was, the side one was all scuffed, but everything else was flawless. One, brought it back. The guy let me exchange it. Beautiful, beautiful copy of this, but just fantastic reggae music. This is just what you put on and you zone out to. You could be mowing the lawn, you could be sitting at the beach, you could do whatever you want to do. Beautiful inserts here too. Very nice pictures of the band, and this is again on that standard black vinyl. This thing also needs a good bath. I need to clean this and add this to the collection, get it in a nice sleeve. But really pumped up with this quality pressing as well. Again, I don't know why so many people sleep on reggae consistently too. Between the Sublime releases and the random reggae things that they put on the Record Store Day list, they've always been really quality, and they seem to sit around. I mean, the Sublime stuff goes pretty quick because it's Sublime, but a lot of this really good quality reggae stuff, I think it takes up a lot of space, and I see it for months and months after at my local record store, and I'm seeing it with this stuff too, even though I've been bumping it since Record Store Day a month or two ago. It's a shame. Great reggae is going unnoticed. And all the jazz and all the rock releases get eaten up pretty quick. I don't know why the good quality reggae stuff doesn't go, but again, reggae is a vibe and it's not for everyone. So coming in hot, this is the last reggae album that I'm going to show you guys. This is not a Record Store Day release. This is just a great, phenomenal find from a fantastic band that I've really gotten into. This, I believe, is the only UK reggae-based band on this list that I'm going to show you, but this is Steel Pulse and their 1983, I believe, album, Earth Crisis. This is just calling a spade, talking about the Cold War, talking about how the world's going weird. My favorite song on this album is Roller Skates, but the album starts with Stepping Out, Tightrope. I mean, the whole album's flawless. This is one of my favorite reggae albums of all time, and I was super pumped to find this because this is actually a white label promo. Not sure if I get it to focus there for you guys or not, but white label promo, original pressing from, like I said, 1983 on the Elektra record label. This thing is sweet. It is a little beat up. Like I said, it's used, but hey, it was a promo copy. Typically they're a little beat up, but for right now, until I can find a cooler, better copy, this is going to really fit the bill. And I'm going to leave links to a couple of my favorite songs from each album. You know, you've probably seen them up until now, but I'm definitely going to leave a link to the song Roller Skates off this album. If you take nothing away from this video other than the fact that I like reggae and I'm getting more reggae from my collection, take away how great Steel Pulse's Roller Skates is. It is one of the best reggae songs of all time. So again, just a quick little video. Like I said, I'm swimming in reggae right now. So like I said, between Record Store Day and finding some great stuff, just getting some really good quality reggae, really filling out some holes in my collection and really expanding. It sounds phenomenal on vinyl. Reggae on vinyl is just great. So if you like this video, please throw it a like. If you like the channel, please tell a friend. Please subscribe. I'm going to have some more videos out here soon. Talk some more music, show you guys some more cool things, talk a little bit of turntables, things of that nature. And until the next time, I'm Carl. This is Ryder's Record Collection. Have some fun. Spin some wax. Cheers.